Warning, these are the thoughts of the following people: Marcos, Alan, and myself. If you judge us, we'll send our Pokemon after you to find you. Have fun.
Hi there. Sorry for butting into the podcast. So this podcast is brought to you by Anchor. And I just want to promote Anchor for all the listeners out there. What is Anchor, you say? Anchor is free. Okay? Totally free. So don't need to worry about that. What else? Anchor has basically all the creation tools that you'll need and you want to kickstart that podcast that you've been dreaming all this time. It helps it get it on the road. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Anchor takes care of that too. So you just have to create an account, start recording, and edit everything within the Anchor ecosystem. That makes things a lot more easy. Start creating. You can download the app too. May that be on Apple or Android. There's no bias there. If you want to get working on your computer, you can always go to anchor.fm. Again, the website is anchor.fm. Creating your podcast has never been easier. Thanks. Back to the show. Nowadays, life is intertwined with technology. Let's figure it out. Welcome to Life, Tech, and Sundry. Previously on Life, Tech, and Sundry.
And
reviews a product.
Right, a product like they're very good at doing, phones or some sort of or headphones or XYZ type of technology or accessory of that nature. Where Matt Granite is more of a overall, consumer general type of person. He's not telling you, well, Beats is the end all be all. No, he'll tell you, well, for what consumers probably are going to want, it might not be the Audio Technicas or the Bose, where he does talk about them, but what his whole situation is that consumer wise, he's trying to get the average Joe a good deal. That's basically what it is. He's not, going to be on the same level of Flossie Carter. Again, it's like me saying, well, I'm not probably going to go to Flossie Carter and ask him to get me, a deal at, or to search for deals at Costco for me or at Target,
That's this other guy.
Or at Home Depot or Lowe's. I'm not going to go and look at Flossie Carter or MKBHD or, Lou for this type of information. If he's going to go to, if I need information about general consumer or fast food or big box warehouse type of stores.
And now, back to the show.
That's where I go to Matt Granite because he's an overall type of person, and he's not, waving a flag for or riding or dying with this one company. He's more of a, look, this is the deal. I'm sharing it with you. You definitely decide. If there is a sponsor, I'll let you know. If there isn't a sponsor, I'll let you know. And if I have a link, that's just a little kickback for me. You choose if you want to use the link or not. It's not an obligation for you to do it. So in that sense, I do enjoy that about him because he is very transparent and he's very I guess well spoken in that way where he does share with you everything and anything. So also that and again, I reiterate, this is the reason why I wanted to share this with you guys. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to know about this specific section or
in the technical sense, he's a wider scope kind of individual versus the other guys that review a specific product. He hunted the deals versus the other gentlemen review the product itself and its traits versus this individual's like, this the product, it's good, if you want to, these are the deals that either I have or that are out there in the market.
Right.
That's I like that. I like that style. I like it. Jose, if you will.
I don't have the soundboard.
Damn it.
I like your cut, G. Dong.
Like your cut, G.
Yes, sir.
That was loud.
As it should be.
So yeah.
So yeah. So did you have anything to?
No, I was gonna say like maybe we should continue on to the next one.
All right. So this would probably be my last one. Yeah, it is my last one actually. So this is point number 4. I'll read out. It's actual what's it called? A quote from Emily Wilson, who is the writer of the article that I linked at the bottom. So it says, as a Jewish food-obsessed New Yorker, it almost goes without saying that I'm emotionally invested in bagels. When I was a kid, when I was a kid, my dad would wake up early on Saturday mornings and go buy a dozen of them, plus 2 half pints of cream cheese, regular and scallion, and a gallon of orange juice to bring home. My family was always partial to Maury's and SA Bagel. Or it's SA Bagel in Manhattan. And Goldberg's out on Long Island. But in recent years, I've been loyal to Utopia in Whitestone, Queens. These bagels were the holy grail, giant and squishy. Best freshly baked, but still fabulous. And the next day after being toasted and slathered with a schmear. So,
oh my God, yes,
right,
schmear.
So, yeah, so and this is maybe a little bit. It hits closer to home because we do live in New York, and for the listeners out there, that don't live in New York or haven't been to New York yet, because hopefully we do invite you to come out to New York when this whole pandemic blows over, and try the actual food out here. And it can be the simplest things like going to the bodega, going to, like the writer Emily writes over here, going to Goldberg's, going to Long Island, going to Queens.
Utopia.
Yeah, going to
Whitestone.
Right, over in Queens. So going out to these places and going to these mom and pop shops where they're making freshly made bagels, going and getting that slice of pizza, that quintessential New York slice. Right, going to Rooster's Market.
Get excited.
If you have the opportunity, like reading through the actual article, you start appreciating a lot of, well, at least for me, I start appreciating more the actual mesh of ethnicities and the food that it's involved in their culture, and how us being of Mexican descent partake and enjoy these to the fullest. And
I didn't know bagels were Jewish to start with.
Really? It's interesting. Yeah, no, bagels are very Jewish.
No,
Marcos
didn't know. Marcos didn't know.
Oh, Marcos didn't know. Well, now you know, buddy. So in the article, Emily does state a lot of the places that she frequented, or her parents, or in this case, her dad, would buy bagels and bring them home on Saturday morning. Like that. That's
damn,
a very.
Doesn't? Was it like 4 of them?
No. I'm not gonna lie. My parents have done that for us when, like, growing up. Like, my dad and mom would go to Brooklyn, because my aunt and uncle are out there.
That's a trip.
Yeah, well, they would go there because it's a Saturday, and they would go and visit or whatever the case is. And when they would come back with like a bag of bagels, or they would come back like
in a paper bag. Oh my God.
Yeah, definitely. So, and other different type of delicacies and different type of eats that my parents would bring, and
cream cheese and scallions.
Right. My brother and I would just dog that. Like it was great. We would definitely enjoy that food to the fullest. And I think to me it's very personal, because the type of food is something that obviously it's meant to be shared, and it's just a fond memory that I have, like that I can always relive when I close my eyes and I think about Saturday morning you know, in like for Emily it was orange juice. I mean, I remember orange juice or like cranberry juice
a cup
or
of coffee.
a cup of coffee, hot chocolate, whatever the case, tea, and a bagel with a nice smear of cream cheese, whether it be with scallions or bacon bits or whatever the case
salmon?
is, right?
Salmon. Yeah, your name
Right,
to salmon.
with salmon.
Yeah,
Yeah, or you know,
jalapenos.
right, or jalapeno type of cream cheese, or even cream cheese and jelly.
Can't go wrong.
Right, people might be like, oh, that's a little weird. Well, again, don't knock it till you try it.
And then the different types of bagels.
Right, the sesame, the poppy seed.
What's
you
the
get
everything? Yeah, whatever.
Everything.
Right.
Everything, Marcos.
the
whatever you
the
think is on a
plain-
bagel, it's yes.
Cinnamon raisins.
cinnamon raisins, the blueberries.
Right. The blueberry, the cranberry, the
Extra thick.
orange, extra thick bagel, obviously.
Like that one,
Rainbow
yeah.
bagels.
Right, and I think the neatest part about it is that like I have fond memories of that growing up with my brother and I, enjoying those type of meals.
And then
with the
toasted.
fam. Of course, toasted. I mean, are you a savage? Like, who
I
does
hear you.
toasted bagel?
I hear you like.
So these and look, and that for me is something that I would like to pass on to my kids. Like, and again, we're not Jewish, but those are
Here's
like
a
type
dozen
of meals.
bagels.
Allah hababa.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, and it just goes to show you that just the melting pot that New York is, and where we all get to experience those type of great memories and breaking bread with the family.
Literally.
And the ones you love. And to me, it's just like something that's great. And again, when you read the article, Emily states that there's places, there's she names actual a pizzeria.
Places?
No, a pizzeria in New York City, where just to get a little bit of extra revenue and a little extra people coming in the mornings, they're making bagels in their pizza oven and selling them for breakfast.
Well, yeah, because a pizza oven was originally a bread oven.
Yeah, of course. No, but more so, I think she's taking the route where it's like they're trying to make extra revenue because obviously, like every restaurant and every place, it's been hit really hard by the pandemic. So if they're finding different new and different ways of making the most out of what they have and making bagels.
What that reminds me of?
What, buddy?
A commercial of Guinness beer.
Guinness.
Oh yeah.
But I'll tell you why, because they said that in the commercial, it's from the commercial, so I don't know how true it is. They stopped making beer, and since they're good with barley and wheat, they're like, screw it, let's make some bread for the people here.
Right. Yeah. No, that's a definite situation that's happening a lot. I mean, companies and industries have had to switch it up and rebound in such a way where they're able to function and be productive in order for them to be profitable or at least break even on the company or their business so they can stay afloat. So
listen to these ideas. They're just awesome. Making bread, toasting
it's delicious, bro.
It's exciting. The marketing on it and the memories they're creating. It's just,
right.
I like it. They have to be creative, and I appreciate that.
No, yeah, definitely. During the pandemic, places that she frequents or Emily frequents or places that she's gone to eat or she's writing about, they're trying to do what they can with what they have in order for them to stay afloat. And I think that's great. It just shows you that New York grit, It shows you that when there's a will, there's a way. Don't give up. Absolutely. and again, and these are and these are the things that I enjoy reading, and it just makes your mouth water knowing that you can get a fluffy, squishy, plump, thick, bagel.
Extra thick.
And you grab a smear.
Squares make a circle. All these
With a
squares
little
make
bit
a
of butter.
circle.
Or cream cheese.
Right. Yeah, butter, cream cheese, the quintessential,
Or cream
type
cheese
of
and jelly.
Right. And have this great memory. And it's very New York. It's really New York. Whether we're talking about bagels or talking about
all right.
or pizza or things like like that. You know, it's a very New York type of thing, very New York food. Going to the bodega, getting your chopped cheese or whatever the case is. You know, it's a very New York type of thing. And you know, we, at least for me, I hope that New York gets back on its feet. You know, soon.
Marcus is like, we like our women like we like our bagels. Extra thick. Right, Marcus?
He's like, that's poetry right there. So yeah, no, that's something I wanted to share also with you guys. And I mean, I probably you haven't read.
Oh, can't use that.
I don't know if you guys read through the whole article. You probably haven't. But you know, I do want to get your intake of
Like you cut, G.
on this article. Yeah, he is.
Don't tell me what to do!
Yeah, so what do you guys think?
Well, I personally
Objection.
you're like boom. But no, I'm a bread man. I'm a food man. Period.
Yeah, I'm always about bagels. If they're
I grew
around.
up with it. We grew up with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, you grew up with it. I was born in it. I bathed in it.
Oh, dough. You just like floated like, huh? Like,
I
do the
came
sound
out
again.
of
No.
I was bathed in it. So you merely were introduced to it. I was born in it. But yeah,
Yes,
no,
sir.
bagels are always a yes to me.
definitely, man.
Las Manos.
You could do a lot of things with bagels. You could put you could put butter.
Lox
you're a
and
plain guy.
bagels, bacon, egg, and
You put cream cheese
on a
bacon,
bagel.
sauce
Right.
and egg and cheese, or just egg and
Sauce.
cheese.
Right.
Or
Again.
and what's great is that if you forget that you had bagels and they go stale, you can just throw that at people and that'll take care of them.
That's a weapon right there.
A bagel in a sock. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Basically,
Go and drop your bagels.
he's like, I've broken people's heads with bagels.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm a bread man.
Marcos,
and
please.
Just, But you're right. Literally breaking bread, having memories, and being extra thick, like Josue said.
Play it. I want to hear Aku.
Extra thick!
There we go.
Extra
Oh,
thick!
there we go.
All these squares make a circle.
No,
All these
don't worry
squares
about
make
Mr.
a
Popo.
circle.
But yeah,
I will be the one to decide.
So, Marcos, besides you liking bread, did you have any other thoughts about this section or this part?
I just food. You can't go wrong with me. With me, my belief. But it's just you're not wrong. Neither is the writer Emily here.
No, but right, exactly. And I just wanted to ask you guys a really quick question. When was the last time you had bagels?
A month ago.
like 2 months ago.
A month.
I'm like 2. He said, I might get them tomorrow, if anything.
Yeah, definitely. I
Take a
had them
picture, please. Take a picture.
I had them at the beginning of the week on like Monday.
My
No, I
boy.
didn't get them.
Yeah,
I've had-
and-
for me.
I've had toast,
yeah.
bread, and then the bread's actually just toast.
Right.
But
no,
it's-
but you need.
it's weak.
Yeah,
That's a
you
weak
need to get
mentality.
bagel, bro.
You need bagel in
You
your
need to
life.
go.
You gotta
Absolutely.
go big or go home, Marcos.
Go bagel or go home? Really?
Go bagel or go home.
But home is where you make it.
Yeah, but at home all you have is toast,
Bagel it up, no?
basically. But yeah, Marcos.
You know?
So I think your mission is to get a bagel.
Deja vu.
Yes, I think we should all go get bagels. You know,
Bagel it
tomorrow
up
morning.
in here.
Yes.
Now, if there's a food fight, no one here would ever throw a bagel, right?
No,
I have.
absolutely not. What?
Not even food. I wouldn't throw food, period.
Nah.
Like I said, a
definitely
stale
say that.
bagel.
You would.
Sometimes these lunch ladies be going nuts and be like, here. I'm like, this is harder than a rock.
You've had that?
Yeah.
I feel sorry.
Someone wasn't acting so straight. And I'm like, all right. Oh, I saw the guy fall to his knees and boom.
Waste.
They're like, what
It
you
was
doing?
over.
I'm a rock. I'm like, nah, a bagel.
Oh,
He's like, what kind? Everything.
the deadliest of weapons.
The everything bagel. You have them like batarangs. Sometimes you bite into them. That's how you know they're not merited to be thrown.
That's crazy.
You see the police officers be like, what's that? He's like, oh no, he got him with the everything bagel. How do you know? Look at this crumbs, man. There's everything here.
Oh man.
Oh, extra body armor.
He's like, was it at least cream cheese? No, this was stale, dry. Like, damn, he got it dry.
Extra thick!
That's crazy.
As Marcos would say.
I like my bagels like I like my oatmeal.
Oh yeah?
You like an oatmeal thick?
Extra thick!
No, I don't like
Oh,
oatmeal
man.
thick.
I like my bagels like I like my peanut butter.
Extra thick!
What about milkshakes?
Not crunchy?
Extra thick!
Okay, we can defer on peanut butter now. You opened the path for peanut butter conversation.
Well, that's
But
just
yeah.
Please
that was
explain,
just,
Alan.
No, don't explain.
No.
We don't have
I
time
think
for
we should
that.
leave
That's
that.
copyright.
Yeah, we should leave that for the next episode. But
Okay.
I do want to get to Josue's 2 points as well. Please, Josue, if you will.
Alan, your two piece. I mean,
Oh,
also
yes.
your two piece.
My 2-piece? Yeah, I like a thigh and a leg. But no, gentlemen. This is my porcelain news, what I like to say.
Yes, sir.
We like to start off with saying I changed all the links. They now have, well, not all of them, except for the articles. But yeah, so just some very some fantastic news is that
Okay.
Pokemon is celebrating 25 years of being around.
Oh. Nice.
Either that or it was
Congrats
30,
to
I
the
forgot.
Congrats to the
check, 'cause-
Pokemon team, you know? Congrats to the Pokemon company. Giggity.
Yes, 25 years from 25 years ago.
Yes, of course.
So yeah, and they had a little show, a little thing where like we are celebrating 25 years, and they showed off like all the past consoles, like the original Game Boy, the DS, the Game Boy Color, everything they had. And then they bring back a date of 2007. Now I don't know if you guys remember that because it's been 15 years from now. But that was around the time Pokemon Diamond and Pearl came out with the DS.
I was coming into the country again in 2007, so unfortunately, no, I
Silence.
wasn't into the Pokemon game. I feel I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to say this, but because you missed out on a lot, because I was. This was my second attempt in Pokemon.
What happened?
And
In
it
the
was
first?
magical. I beat it
Really?
to the core.
Oh. That's interesting.
I beat Ruby and Sapphire, but this was my second one. I had Diamond, and then I went to Platinum. I still have Platinum, actually.
You have Diamond. You had Diamond.
Yeah, but then I switched it for Platinum.
Star Platinum.
Did you play
Basically.
Black and White?
No, I stopped after Diamond and Pearl.
Oh, okay.
Black.
But yeah,
White.
and since it has been 15 years since Diamond and Pearl came out, they're like, screw it, we're making a remake. So they're remaking Diamond
Really?
and Pearl on
Really?
on the Nintendo Switch. Yep.
That's an awesome
So now
system.
instead of the weird, figures they had back in the day, they're kind of keeping the midgets as you walk around.
Nice.
But of course, when you battle, you regrow to your normal self. But yeah, they're going to use the same engine as the previous game, which was Sword and Shield, except that the map is all of Sinnoh. So they haven't really gone to depths except for some screenshots and some gameplay of the game. It's basically the same thing as Sword and Shield.
Okay.
So yeah, and they're instead of with every remake, they're changing the name. So I don't know if you remember. Red and Blue was Fire Blue, Fire Red, and I forgot the
Fire
other one.
Red.
was.
Leaf
Leaf Green.
Leaf green.
What was it? Blue.
Yellow. There was also
They didn't have a blue. I only thought they had
Oh,
the
yeah,
red
yeah.
and red and
red and green. That was only
No,
red
because
and
it
green.
wasn't the original red, blue, and yellow.
No, it was yellow was the Pikachu edition. The red and blue
Oh,
were the
yeah.
original, and then the green edition was actually I think the first, the Japanese one, the green
Yeah.
one. But that was never made into it
So-
wasn't
the JP server.
Yeah.
yeah basically.
But yeah, so it's from the previous remake, which was Ruby and Sapphire. It was called Omega Ruby and I forgot what Sapphire was. It might have been Omega. It might have been Meta. I don't know. But yeah, they're calling it Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl. Shining, not shiny. Shining Pearl.
They're just adding adjectives to the words.
Basically,
Right.
They're gonna have, of course, like a online version where you could battle out all the people.
Finally.
What are you talking about? They had that for a while.
Really? That
Since like Black and White.
With was it the 3DS now, or was it
the 3DS is when they were able to do the online stuff.
Damn.
But yeah, you could do. I think there's still like a version of Wonder Trade. We could trade with like random people and stuff like that. And
then you go buy people and all those things.
Maybe. But yeah, they have a release date of late 2021. So hopefully, I'll get a Switch and this game for Christmas. But yeah.
A couple of months away, yeah?
You say,
yes.
I'll bring you a Switch. I'll bring you a stick with like, this is your Switch.
No, you'll bring me a Switch and a diamond. But yeah, so late 2021, they're going to be releasing this game. After they announced the release of the remakes of Diamond and Pearl, they announced a new game. Sort of.
Kind
So
of.
sticking with the remake, they are doing another third game, but it's not for Platinum, unfortunately. No Platinum. This is a new open world RPG game for Pokemon.
What?
And it's gonna be called Pokemon Legends of Arceus.
Yes.
It's not
Arceus.
It's not Pokemon Snap.
No, that's
Pokemon Go?
That's already released.
Or Pokemon Go
okay.
version 2?
No, Pokemon Legends Arceus is very similar to Breath of the Wild. Maybe because they have the same engine as that.
Right. Like
So
very open world.
this takes place. Yeah. So this takes place back in it's just like a mesh of the future and the past. So you're in a past version of Sinnoh, where it's more like out story. There you don't see a bunch of buildings. Civilization is just starting a little bit, but for some reason you have Pokeballs.
How far back is this?
I don't know, because you have Pokeballs.
Is this before the war, I guess?
Basically.
Because I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's like that Pokemon lore where it's weird that predicated on the fact that there's no parents, I guess, in the Pokemon games. It's like they're like, that it was after some sort of
there's
war.
Parents.
Well, it's like they're again they
Older
have more
They
lore.
don't care.
And,
They're more
moms.
they have more lore to it, but I don't want to get into it. I just wanted to make that reference real quick.
No, but yeah, so this game is they say it takes place, like I said, back in the day, but there's Pokeballs. But it's not meant for your regular Pokemon game. It's more of a RPG type of game. So like I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember in their old or any Pokemon game, you're not allowed to leave your town without a Pokemon.
Or you get taken to the war.
Yeah.
Right.
For this game, they're like, screw that. You could just go up to Pokemon and throw a Pokeball at it.
Let's go.
And it's more, it's like
it's open
you
world.
you don't go to like another screen to it. You just throw a Pokeball and hope for the best. And now there are fighting scenes though, but it's not like, as you remember, you have two circles and you have each Pokemon facing each other. No, it's more like you're in the field and you're fighting each other.
Is it
I would
open
say
world? RPG open world? Or?
Well, let me finish, Marco. How dare you interrupt me?
Please proceed. Finish.
But yeah,
as I said, please finish.
Marcos,
do it.
Don't start with me.
Do it.
I'll get the whip.
Do it. No, sorry.
But yeah, so it's more or less like I would say it's very close to Breath of the Wild because I think they use the same engine for it. Same thing with all the open worldness. I don't know how big the world is because they don't really show. But it looks like it might cover the legend of Arceus. So like how it came to be, when he shared his stones that he has, like the plates.
He's got
things.
stones.
And they also have a trio, a starter trio, but they're from different generations. So there's Oshawott, Cyndaquil, and a new one, I think from last generation, Rowlet, which is like an owl. And just like other games, you're able to train Pokemon, get all the good stuff. Not every Pokemon is in this game, unfortunately, and I think you can't transfer from other games. So this is meant to be like a standalone RPG type of thing. So here it says, here's the basic premise. As trainers explore the natural expanses in Pokemon Legends Arceus, they encounter Pokemon that call these grounds Vista home. To catch wild Pokemon, players can study the Pokemon's behavior, sneak up to them, and then throw Pokeballs. Players can also battle wild Pokemon with their ally Pokemon. By throwing the Pokeball holding their ally Pokemon near a wild Pokemon, players will seamlessly enter battle. This new gameplay angle is intended to provide trainers with more of an immersive experience. So yeah.
It doesn't sound there's going to be like online play, apparently, right?
Maybe there might, who knows?
Just by that descriptor.
Yeah. But this has a release date of early 2022. Even though we just started this year.
Get excited, man. Get excited.
Yeah, get excited. Again, I need a Switch, so if Marcos can send me his.
Just a business expense, right?
Exactly. We'll write it up. We'll write it as a tax payoff.
Business expense, and then
exactly.
You write a in-depth review and make a video about it.
Knowledge, Marcos,
and talk it in the podcast. Call it the Pokemon segment.
Yes, but yeah,
the PK one.
That's my 2 cents since this just came out.
It's
yesterday.
Hot off the press.
Yes, and then I will now take the press and slam it to Marcos' face. No.
The newspaper. You just roll it up, no?
Watcha. But yeah, what do you guys think of these? I know you guys don't play Pokemon anymore, but what do you guys think?
I'm excited. I like it. It's anime. Personally, it's anime. I'm not against anime. From the doujins all the way to Pokemon.
What?
Oh man. No, I was gonna say that I'm on the same boat as Josue. I don't have a Switch, but I would like to buy a Switch or get a Switch.
Switch it up.
Yeah, right. And probably this would probably be the entry level game that I get with it. So
and
I'm
not
sure.
Stardew Valley.
I have no idea what that is.
Terrible.
What? I have
Stardew
no idea
Valley
what that is.
A video game.
No, I understand it's a video, but I have no idea what that video game is about. So.
Oh, it's terrible.
No, that's all I need to know. So I'm not getting that. But
throw it into the hole.
No, but it did sound to me like kind of like a glorified Pokemon Go.
Damn.
Because all you have to do is sneak up on a Pokemon and throw balls at it. So
whoa, come on.
I mean,
in the game.
Yeah, it does sound.
If you want, look at the video that's in the link. You'll see what I mean.
If you can send, you did put the link on in the show notes, didn't you?
On the
it's a show notes.
Did you update it? The show notes. All right, yeah, I'll definitely take a look at it.
And everything.
And nice. Oh, hey, nice. All right. So yeah, definitely, I'll take a look at it. But again, just the way you described it a little bit, it sounded a little bit like Pokemon Go because you have to sneak up on Pokemon and throw Pokeballs at it. But again, as long as I get a Switch, I'll probably be fine. I'll get to play
Switch,
that and many other games.
You said like wrong Switch.
Yes. Wrong Switch, sir. Wrong Switch.
No, yeah, I might get. If anything, I might get a Switch and then get Diamond or Pro or both.
Wait, I thought you were gonna get a Switch, not go to Minecraft.
Are you gonna get the that limited edition type of Switch, or are you gonna, I guess, what's it called?
What limited edition Switch? I mean, I might just get a regular.
Yeah, I mean, I not limited edition perhaps, but it's like the ones that are themed with the different colors.
No, I don't want to get.
The special editions.
Or maybe you want to go
I'll just get the controllers.
or maybe get the D brand,
What?
sticker or whatever.
Ooh, that'll be better.
Yeah.
I got the D brand for my phone. I got the MKBHD limited edition thing.
MKBHD.
Yeah, I got the limited.
Aesthetic.
Definitely aesthetic. So I got that. Maybe that's what I'm gonna do for my Switch if I do get one.
Yeah, get a deep brand skin. Not sponsored though.
Hashtag
Not
not
sponsored yet.
Yet. Yes, I like that.
Yes. So yeah, those are my 2 cents. I will please take 50 cents from each one of you, including Misa.
Yes, sir.
You're like, I
As
know
long
you're
as I get
listening
a
back
dollar
there.
first.
Nah.
It's like as long as I get a dollar
Like,
first.
can I you're asking for 50, can I get $1 and I'll give you 50 cents?
Basically.
Yo, definitely. That's what I'm doing. Everyone, I'm more than happy to give you $50, $500, as long as I get a,
Double that.
times
Yeah.
double that beforehand, like triple if
That way
possible.
I can share.
Necessary. But yeah.
So,
Sharing is caring.
So back to your other point, Josue, if you'd like to share that real quick, because that was my thought. I'm trying to get my Switch as well. I'm on the same boat as you, and probably that Pokemon or either the Diamond Pearl or the new remake probably at that time probably would be my entry level game. So I don't know. What else you have in mind?
I mean, just diamond and pearl, or one. Because like I said, I this was my second one. I had the DSi,
Right.
and I played this and I had fun. I still have
Okay.
platinum as well.
So
yeah.
you
I might
you
just
wouldn't get you wouldn't get Mario Party or Super Smash Brothers?
probably Smash, but that's it.
Mario! I can't do it.
It's me, Mario.
There you go.
Maybe I'll get the other Pokemon games as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, I'm not the biggest gamer in the world. Just for reference, I have no console. I have no PC for gaming. So that's as far as my gaming situation is at the moment.
I'd like to
most
say,
I have-
I'd like to counter your argument that you do have the gacha games.
Yes, I do have mobile games, but again,
Yes.
People probably feel a little weird about that, where it's like, yeah, it doesn't count.
What? Okay. Oh, calm down.
Okay,
Tell them to
Marcos,
calm
take it.
down. Tell them to calm down.
No, Marcos, take to your corner.
Tell them to calm down.
No, Marcos, take to your corner. Then what
So,
you
again-
the mistakes you made.
Yeah, no, but again, I'm not here to argue with people about whether mobile gaming is legit or not. I mean, to me, it's just a pastime. It's a hobby of mine. I don't really care. But if I were to get a actual system or build my own PC in order for it's because it's not something I wish to do. Like, I think realistically getting a Switch would probably be more realistic for me in order for me to do some sort of gaming, like on a console, even though it's a handheld. I mean, I can always buy the adapter or whatever to dock it and put it on the big screen TV.
The dock, yeah.
So, I mean, that's as far as I would probably go. And yeah, I'll play Super Smash Brothers or
Imagine
Mario
you laying in
Party or
bed.
whatever.
And just playing Mario Kart.
Yeah, maybe when I have free time, I'll probably do that. But that's probably why I would probably get the Switch as well, because I mean, it's not like I have a bunch of free time, realistically speaking, to do that. Unless I'm I get to go to vacay again. Like, maybe that's when I'll have some free time.
And even
More so
then, you'd
like
be
that.
busy doing other things.
Yeah, going to the beach or something, or going out doing a food crawl of some sort. Going out with the cousins, family, friends, or whatever the case is, wherever I'm at. Or if it's just Edgar and I, or even if you guys come through. So if we go to either Cozumel, Puerto Vallarta, Cancun,
My boy fancy over
Acapulco.
here. My boy
Well, bro,
fancy.
Los Cabos, if you guys go with us, I mean, then we can all enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Or if we go to Japan, again, that's always in the works.
Delicioso.
Having some ceviche over there on the shore, would be nice.
And just watching anime on the shore. Watching anime. Somebody
Eating
close
some
the
of that-
shades, please.
eating some fish tacos, enjoying some anime, why not? That would be, super dope.
That'll
least
be
for me.
squad goals.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully the podcast does well enough where we can actually do something like that. So yeah, just goals in general. If Josue, is that your final point? So we can transition, because I think this is a great segue to the anime section, or I'm sorry, to Marco's shower thoughts. I
No, we don't need his thoughts anymore.
What? No, don't say that.
Like,
okay,
Marcos.
No.
It is your time, monkey.
Wait, what?
And now we're going into Marco's shower thoughts.
Yes, please.
Wrong bell.
Yeah, right? Understanding the energy sector in the US is tumultuous for more than one reason. I want to discuss a portion of the matter to explain and better understand a portion of the subject. There's the competition between companies along with politicians to slow down or hinder the transition from fossil fuels to electrical energy. In other words, lobbying. You would think that being incentivized by loads of money, a changing market, and a job security on a new market would be enough. You would think so, right? But no. It's a good thing to open a path for more competition and benefits to interested parties and the public, right? That's my
special interest there.
On paper, it should be good, but there's a lot of lobbying. The situation right now with Texas and privatization versus federal supply of electrical energy, there's some pros and cons. Like in the case for what happened over there, what I'm up to knowing right now was that these companies were specializing within their area of it being Texas, not worrying that it's going to get super cold until it gets super cold. And we see the side effects of people being super companies, electrical energy companies being super specialized, that it's hard for their hardware to survive or to survive the stress of usage loads and the environmental changes of lower temperatures. These are the effects of companies being too specialized versus a federal law. Let's say that there's like, this is the rules, that there should be this and this, like East Coast and West Coast. Don't get me wrong, in the East Coast and West Coast there's also private companies, even here, but there's also Con Ed, which is a federal sponsored company.
I'm not sure about that, but I guess my 2 cents about that is that I think they're more dependent on the good weather out there, and I think a lot of people, I mean, maybe not everybody agrees, but I think to a certain extent what happened in Texas earlier in the month with the whole snowstorm and below zero temperature is a black swan type of event. I don't think it's something that occurs very often, if not, really ever happens. This is, again, a black swan event where companies, that specialize in whatever, like understanding the situation out there, as far as, what I understand and what I know, it's, those research I've done, is that the energy sector, or in this case, like the electrical companies or whatever the case is, they only have a grid that's big enough for Texas. They don't do what like New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey do. And, say something happens in one area, they can always ask their neighboring state for some help in order for them to provide them with, electricity or energy of some sort. And because Texas has their own grid, their own infrastructure, they're not able to either get any help from anyone or give any help to anyone in the larger scope of things. So I think that's why it made it a lot more difficult than it initially was, just because they weren't able to get the help they needed. And for that reason, I think that more than anything else, well, going along with your shower thought, how lobbying goes along with this, I don't know to what extent, and how that really either what kind of competition or benefits or interest are in between. But I mean, if you had some sort of link that we could go off of to get a better understanding.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all the way at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So again, me personally, if it's more of like a climate change type of thing, I think they're using this as an excuse in order for government to implement rules and regulations. Because again,
Salutations, Marcos here. This is a message to all the listeners out there. There are links in the show notes for our Twitter, email, and even show notes. Any questions or ideas for the podcast can be sent via these links. Now, back to our regularly scheduled podcast.
a black swan event is a black swan event. I don't think that people should dictate, or the government in this case should dictate the sovereignty of an actual state to do certain things that realistically isn't the best interest of a state, just because people have been lobbying on government on behalf of the government, or on behalf of companies through this government special interest groups. So again, this is my
federalism versus privatization, right?
Well, more than anything, it's like understanding that there's federal government, there's also state government, and then you have county government. So to a certain degree, everybody wants a say in the situation, and valid point. But understanding that when we let, or the people let the government, I guess you can say, dictate or put these rules with the that special interest in between where people are lobbying. Usually it's not for in the best interest of the actual company, the company owner, or the employees of the company, or the people that are using that company's services. So basically, they're limiting what the company can do, just because people are going to either make or break the bank with whatever the rule and regulation is. So in hindsight, I think those special interests are the ones that are being too manipulative with companies that don't belong to them. And the way they get around that is obviously lobbying and paying politicians in order for them to get their way, so they can make a bank, basically. And without taking in consideration the company, the owner of the company, and if it's a publicly traded company, the shareholders of the company. So again, it's a very dicey situation there.
It's more complicated than one thinks, than what I thought. Like, that's why I wanted to subdivide, because it's not so, but it is. It's many people are interested. There are many interested people, many affected people, and then 100% there's going to be good or bad. There's going to be consequences, whatever happens. It's just
right.
It's just.
I mean, one of the issues that I remember listening to. Sorry.
No. Continue. No, you're good. You're good.
I mean, again, I follow these gentlemen on YouTube. The name of their YouTube channel is called Dumb Money. So they're investors. They're not. I guess Wall Street investors per se, but they basically do what they call arbitrage, or arbitrage trading, if I'm not mistaken. Social arbitrage. There you go. And basically, one of the things that they were realizing with the whole situation, the storm down in Texas, is that a lot of people that have pools out there in their homes, we're gonna need to buy all new filters, pipes, and basically system for their pools, because
systems,
they all got frozen over, and obviously they broke. And what they were doing is like they basically invested into like a Leslie pools or companies that were going to see a good amount of work, because people were going to solicit, or they were going to ask for these companies to do something about their problem, right? Another one was I believe a generator company. I think it's called Generac, if I'm not mistaken. They were speaking about how people were in need of a generator, and Generac is one of the biggest, generator companies out there that we're going to be called upon to solve a problem of the people. Obviously, sales were going to go through the roof. So these are the type of things that they noticed. And obviously, there's more situations, or more other, I guess you can say, plays that they made, or you can think of, in order for people to profit off of a bad situation of this nature. And basically, it goes to show you that you don't need to be the smartest person in the world to understand that there's going to be a need, a supply and a demand for certain things. And obviously, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
And this part of the shower thoughts to bring it into, it ironically fit into the original posting that I put about the creation of new materials. Probably there's going to be also a boom in investment towards material science, towards electrical products or battery production. It's not those kinds of companies. You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, that's already happened. It happened last year, or towards a big. Yeah.
Right now, is the purchase the customer service side then, maybe, like what you're trying to say?
No. So towards the end of last year, or even like, I guess you can say towards the end of fall, beginning of the winter season, so the last quarter of the year, basically the whole, I guess what people were looking at is obviously I guess what the guys at Dumb Money were basically explaining, that they were kind of sick and tired, or Chris Camillo, the person that was talking, was basically talking about how he was tired of this whole macro situation, where the big point, or the big situation at hand was a politically driven situation, where a lot of things were going up and down in the market because of the whole battle between Democratic and Republican parties, and basically trying to just figure out a way to have plays where they could buy or sell certain types of stocks or securities that were going to make them profit. So once they started, socially arbitraging that way, they started looking at, how if Biden was going to be president of the United States, that their play for the market would be a green type of play, where they would invest in companies that were solar, wind, and things of that nature, battery, and the plays they came out with, or the securities or companies or stocks that they were going to buy, were heavy into that industry, because they were going to get not only the incentive to quantify, or to pick up the pace on whatever they were doing. Their technology was going to be in demand. They were also going to get government cuts, where they were going to get some sort of like benefit because they were in that sector of green energy. So a company like Tesla was going to benefit. companies that did solar panels were going to benefit. The companies that were going to do wind turbines were going to benefit, and things of that nature. So they basically did social arbitrage in order for them to understand that that was the correct play to do. Perhaps in the long run, not all of it was going to be perfect, but in the short term or the midterm, they were going to see some sort of profit, and they would be able to figure out when and where they should sell. And this is all due to the fact that that's just one of the beginning parts. So going to the actual
may I ask something else as well?
Yeah.
What does arbitrage mean?
Arbitrage?
Mm-hmm.
That's a great
Yes.
question, bro. So basically, arbitrage is, it again, loosely defined. I don't have the exact word verbatim definition. If one of you want to look it up, you can do that. But basically, the arbitrage is like the moves that you're gonna make. That's what I understand about it. So you're socially arbitraging. You're making like almost like a decision based on what's going on around, or what's popular or being said or done. So you're making moves based upon that information. So in this case, buying and selling certain securities. If that makes sense to you. Again, if you like Josue or Marcos, you can definitely Google the actual definition of it and give you a better understanding of it. But
Let's see. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on, please hold.
Yeah, no problem.
Arbitrage.
The found it. The simultaneous buying and selling of securities, currency, or commodities in different markets or in derivative forms in order to take advantage of differing prices for the same asset. Like you were saying, yeah.
Yeah. So again, not my best way of explaining, but yes, your definition is spot on. I was just explaining the gist of it. What's it called? So basically, that's their whole way of thinking. So they were tired of that. So once they saw that was the play that they had to do, they had to go into specifics to be to make a actual purchase of certain companies, because no two companies are the same, even if they're in the same type of industry. So when they started looking into like for an example, a Tesla, they started explaining how the materials that it takes for people to make the batteries that a Tesla type company uses, they would have to actually buy certain raw materials in order for them to do that. And in some cases, some companies outright buy the actual mining company in order for them to have direct access to that material. A lot of companies that came up in this talk were companies like Apple, like a Samsung, that use, and we spoke about this a couple of times. Josue, I've heard him say it a bunch of times, where companies use materials like gold and silver in the actual components of the cell phones.
Today,
and
lithium.
It's no different, right? There's no difference between that and creating a Tesla battery wall, or the battery for their Tesla vehicles, or the technology that they use to do the solar panels for the roofs, the solar roofs for houses. And a lot of these raw materials, like a gold, like a silver, is something that potentially might be used in the manufacturing of these equipments and these technologies. And that was something that they were looking into. And it was really fascinating to know that that certain companies the industry, like an example, like silver, you never really know what the price, as far as their talk was going. What I could understand from it is that silver isn't actual, or isn't something that that is priced very accurately, just because it's something that every industry, or a lot of industries, like a Samsung, like an Apple, which is the phone industry, or like a Tesla, use that raw material to go into their actual equipment. So if people and usually companies buy these materials, but they never disclose the amount that they use, nor do they disclose how much it costs them to obtain this material. That's very hush-hush between companies. They don't really disclose that information. And based on that premise alone, it kind of triggers that red flag where it's like, okay, there has to be a reason why they don't disclose that. And usually what happens is that they don't, and the conclusion was basically that they don't divulge that information just so that the price of that certain commodity, or in this case, that raw material, doesn't go up in price. And it becomes very difficult for companies to actually buy and purchase that raw material so they can actually use it inside their actual components. So this is in a way, shape, or form, it's a way they kind of mitigate and manipulate that the price of that said good, or in this case that raw material, so it doesn't go through the roof, and people are and they're able to buy it at a relatively cheap price in order for them to use it. And they basically give they basically push that payment onto the consumer in that way. So they basically buy it in bulk and at a cheaper price, and they're able to sell you the component or the phone in this case, or the car, at a so they can have some sort of profit at the end of the day.
It's like me saying I'm thinking about lab and research. Well, what about the concrete about the lab? They're gonna need somewhere to build it, so they're gonna probably own part of the company for the raw dirt, even or the raw materials.
Right, and this is where this is the reason why I watch Dumb Money and I listen to these guys, Jordan, Chris, and Dave, because they think outside the box and they challenge you and ask you to think outside the box in order for you to make those type of assessments, ask the right questions, or ask questions in general for you to get down to the nitty gritty and the bottom of what you need to ask or do in order for you to make these decisions. And if you're going to buy a security, you have a high conviction or medium conviction, or if there's no conviction at all, then you don't buy it and you move on to the next thing, so you don't waste time. And it's all perpetual, or on the social aspect of it. What are people saying? What kind of information you can infer from like a Google Trends or Twitter or Instagram or TikTok and stuff like that, and get a better idea of what's being said, what's being done, and how you can monetize or profit off of that with buying certain securities that would benefit from that social movement.
Yeah. Also, any words?
I like McFlurries.
So basically, he's what I like it. So I feel like the other point is just reiterating my thought about it. So I consider my shower thoughts concluded.
Oh, arigatou gozaimasu.
And it's been canceled.
What are you talking about?
So, if you'd like to, who would like to start off the last segment?
More thing.
Like you cut, G.
I guess mine.
And now,
All right.
we begin the anime segment, brought to you by Alan, Jose, and myself, Marcos.
Except for Marco, we can't have Marcos here anymore.
And yours truly, Marcos.
And we can't have him here. The people ain't.
And he's muted.
Oh man. So, I guess you guys want to talk a little bit about anime news, or do you guys want to go through the shows or something that obviously we're watching this season? Because I mean, there is a lot of news, and I did want to talk to you guys really quick about something that I kind of noticed over the week. But I guess maybe it has to do with like the YouTube algorithm, but
What?
it's something
Nani?
interesting that I was picking up on.
Nani?
Oh man.
Proceed, yes, Alan.
Oh, you want me to go ahead?
Yes. I mean, I would say so. What say you, Josue?
I like me flurries.
So yes, basically.
Yes, sir. So, and I think I shared, I think for Neverworld's video, or a couple of videos actually, of news that was coming up. Things in anime news or anime and manga news about how One Piece is getting less and less reads, I guess. It being overtaken by, I think, Demon Slayer at some point during the year, and how overall Weekly Shonen Jump, like the physical copies, are down in sales, and the digital version is picking up in sales. So, people are people that enjoy the physical, the paper, item are at some point they might discontinue that, and they just might go all digital. So that's one of those things. So Demon Slayer is set to be released for I think a weekend. I think this weekend. It was this weekend. So it started yesterday, Friday, today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday. But in one city though, or one county, which is Miami.
Welcome to
Slayer,
Miami.
Yeah, basically. So that's because I think they were trying to release the movie there. Obviously because I think that they're either the Grammys or the Oscars, something is going down there, and they're trying to get a nomination or something like that. Yeah, so they're trying to get a nomination. But the Demon Slayer movie is number 1 in Japan, and I think it beat out all the movies. What about the
GP server though?
I think like because it hasn't been outside of JP, like domestically speaking, it's overtaken all the Ghibli movies and the I think
Ghibli
Your
movies.
Name. Yeah, also the Your Name movie and any other movie. I think what Gintama and other anime was like,
no.
Like in I guess you could say in all genres, it's been the number 1. Like out of all the genres, that's been the number 1 movie, overtaking the number 1 spot from every other movie for like the longest time. And I think it's solidified now that it's the number 1 movie. And it's gonna for this weekend only. It was aired or shown in Miami. So if you wanted to go see that movie, this weekend was, I guess, the only weekend that you had the opportunity to go out and watch it. They're probably going to start talking or seeing what's in the works for it to be national in the United States and maybe worldwide. How they're going to do that, I don't know. I would have thought that it would have been probably a better play if they had it digitally. Even if it was behind a paywall, I would definitely gladly pay money to watch the movie.
Yeah, me too.
Right, and I think another news that I picked up that I thought was pretty funny. Models and like just downright really pretty Japanese women or girls, women, were gonna cosplay as One Piece characters in weekly Playboy magazine out in Japan.
Boys, the stocks are gonna go up for Playboy again in the anime world.
Well, out in Japan, so the Playboy magazine in Japan. So you have like models and cosplayer girls that are like, I guess, really famous out there that are cosplaying as like Nami. What's it called?
Who's gonna be Nami? Whomst?
I have no idea the names. Like, again, you can definitely check out the article if you guys want me to link an article. I guess I can do that. It's off at Otaku USA. So that's where I heard it on for Neverworld's news update first, but then I got a news article like on an email from Otaku USA. So yeah, I can definitely send that to you guys if you like. That's on the latest one. So that's one. I think for Attack on Titan, I think they were gonna end it before like the actual finale of the actual manga. So people are up in arms a little bit about why they would do such a thing. Like, it's kind of redundant if you're gonna call the last season the final season, and you don't finish the actual manga. So people are kind of wigged out about that.
Question. For Demon Slayer, what does Miyazaki think about it for the movie?
I think I don't know if it was Miyazaki or it might have been like one of the people that made Gundam, kind of criticized the success of Demon Slayer. He's like, of course it would do great, but if Gundam was there, like, it would do even better or something like that. Something along the line. Yeah, something to the effect that it was. No, yeah, it was something to the effect that the stars aligned.
He was salty.
Salty, yeah.
Demon Slayer did better than Gundam ever did.
Well, again,
unfortunately,
he's like his basically reasoning is like, of course, like, all the stars aligned for the creator of Demon Slayer,
movie,
and
no?
yeah, for Demon Slayer as the franchise as a whole is like all the stars aligned for that person and for his or her work. I forgot it. I think it's a female, right, that wrote the Demon Slayer.
We need
I think
to look up.
Oh, well, I forgot, bro. But he basically says that all the lines align for that person, and
but if we're reading between the lines, what do you think he's saying?
He's basically saying something
jealous.
to the effect that he's jealous, and he's trying to like chalk it up to like it was like luck, all pure luck. Yeah, basically. So I forgot the name of the person that said that, but
it's Demon Slayer. It's out there. It's a girl.
Yeah, there you go. It is a girl.
I mean, Miyazaki, do you think he has that clout to criticize? Oh, okay.
Well, no, this is a person from the Gundam. I forgot what the person's name is, so please don't take it with a grain of salt. But I do remember in one of For Neverworld's videos that he was explaining this, and basically this is where I'm getting my source. So please, I don't have the log like right in front of my screen, so I don't know which episode that was of For Never News, but that's something he kind of like related or talked about, relayed. And basically that Demon Slayer also what was it, a couple of days ago came out with a second season announcement, so we're getting a second season of Demon Slayer. But I and this is just me personally, I have a sneaking suspicion it's gonna kind of be the same way that, I don't know if any of you guys saw the movie that was called what's it called?
Don't say Dragon Ball Super.
No. It's a non-anime movie, and it's not a live action movie. It's the movie where it had a second season or a second movie, and it was called The Golden Circle, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like as part of the actual title. But it was called I forgot the name, but it was the movie that took place in England, and I think it was called was it The Gentleman's or something or other? Let me try to find the name.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemans?
No. It was let me see. It was called, or it is called, let me see. No, I'm drawing a blank. Kingsman. You remember the movie The Kingsman?
I haven't seen the series at all, but I know of it.
Well, it's a movie. It's called Kingsman: The Secret Service, with Samuel L. Jackson and what's it called?
The British guy with glasses.
I thought it was a British movie.
Colin Firth.
No, it is a British movie. Yeah.
Mark Strong.
What is my boy Samuel doing there?
So
he's a villain.
Basically, yeah, he's a villain. So that
Spoiler. No, it's kidding.
So that movie I thought was amazing, and then the second what's it called? The second movie wasn't so amazing. Kind of sucked, to be honest.
What, Kingsman Dose?
Yeah. I forgot the name of that. Kingsman: The Golden Circle. That's what it's called. So personally, and this is just my thought right now, that Kingsman I thought was great as is. You didn't need to make a second movie, but they did, because the franchise was really well received. Where I think Demon Slayer is on that same track was amazing first season.
A hot commodity.
Right. And to make a second season just because they're trying to squeeze every ounce of juice out of that franchise is kind of not in the best interest of the writer, nor, the franchise as a whole. I think it's gonna hurt it more than it's gonna help it. But again, that's just my 2 cents. You can disagree with me, but hopefully I'm wrong. And the second season of Demon Slayer is absolutely great, awesome, amazing. But again, this is just my 2 cents of what I think might happen. That it might take that route where it doesn't need a second season, but they're gonna give the franchise a second season just because of demand, and it might not do so well because maybe the
motivation is different.
Right, the motivation is different. It's not it's not organic. But yeah, that's another thing that.
Oh no, Demon Slayer manga fire.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is there a manga already? Because normally an anime is to promote
but
manga.
But that's the thing. The manga is fire, but I don't know how that's gonna translate over onto the anime if they're gonna take
be
liberties.
A blaze.
Well, I hope you're right, bro. I hope you're right.
Look at Black Clover. Literally read the cards and let's take a hiatus because let's get the anime get going.
But then you can also say the same thing. But
don't say One Piece. Don't say One Piece.
No. I was gonna say Boruto, where the manga apparently, and again, I haven't read the manga, but sources like
I got whacked.
And Anime's Ball Deep, like
what?
No.
Yeah.
Anime Balls Deep were saying that the manga's fire, but the anime is whack. So to a certain extent, again, I don't know.
Or ReZero.
Well, I don't. Again, I haven't seen the second season of ReZero, so I wouldn't be able to give my 2 cents about that. But though that's something that that could potentially happen. It being great or being not so great. Another funny what's it called? News article is Post Malone celebrates 25 years of Pokemon. So he's gonna
I don't know which one wants to get the clout here. Which one has the bigger clout, Pokemon or Post Malone? I think
so.
Pokemon, right?
That's a funny thing. So I don't know how to interpret that. I mean, I guess that's cool for the people that like Post Malone and Pokemon. But okay.
That Venn diagram though is gonna be very skewed.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But what's it called? There was another piece of news that I was trying to remember about. I think I think it was either Crunchyroll. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been Crunchyroll or Sentai Filmworks. I'm not sure. Please, don't quote me on this, but I do vaguely remember hearing the news where one of the editors or one of the people that handles the Twitter feed basically put a what's it called? I think it was Crunchyroll, where they put a post where they put a pixelated image of either a doujinshi or a
thank
hentai
you
of some
applause
sort. Yeah, and then they were gonna animate it, and they actually spelled or like translated the actual name of the actual title of that said I guess you can say doujinshi
and the name is
hentai. I don't remember.
Damn
but
it.
they had to take it out of Twitter, like they had to take it back and put it in the what's it called?
In the membership only.
they had to write it out in what's it called? In Romaji. Instead of like actually giving the actual translation, because the translation kind of came off in the weirdest way, where they were talking about how it was like something black gal or my sister or my teacher or something of that nature. I don't quite remember. And it's like is now a black
Why
gal
are you here,
or something
teacher?
like that. Yeah, something like that. So it kind of struck struck controversy.
What about My Girlfriend's a Gal?
Well, because it wasn't a hentai or a doujinshi, I think they let it rock. But it was a little something more.
You're talking about Peter Grill.
No, it was something a little bit more risque because of the title, the way it was worded. People, or I think Crunchyroll took it back because they thought they were going to get some sort of lash.
Were you talking about Crunchyroll or Funimation?
I'm thinking
I don't,
Crunchy if they're doing pixelated.
It might have been Crunchy, yeah. It might have been Crunchy, but I mean, I could be wrong. It might be Funimation, but again, I don't remember the full details about it.
Are you talking about interspecies reviewer?
Because Funimation bought the rights to translate it, but then they dropped it.
No. It's a totally different franchise. It's something that's actually considered adult work. It's
Unadulterated adult work.
Yeah, it's for adults.
Unless you're talking about Why You Here Teacher, but it's still on Crunchyroll, I think.
No. It's a totally different one. It's literally something that was meant for either hentai or like a doujinshi type of work. I don't remember the name, but it's something, and in the title it has Black Gal. So again, that's translated from the original Japanese, but again, they had to remove the Twitter and replace it with the Romaji writing of it, so people don't understand, I guess, or it doesn't come off.
The majority of its customer base won't Google image translate or something like that.
I guess. I'm not quite sure what the whole deal was with that, but yeah, but they felt a little weird about it, so they removed it. Yeah, they removed it and they reposted it with an apology or something.
No guts. Guts.
Again, this is the world we live in, 2021. What's another one? So, pirated physical copies of Demon Slayer were being sold on Amazon by some Amazon vendor or vendors. So they were photocopying the Demon Slayer manga and I guess binding them together and selling them on Amazon. So that was an issue that was going on. What's it called? Yeah, basically.
Was there a sue? Did the production company sue Amazon or give them a strike?
Yeah, they basically working with Amazon to block all the vendors that are selling the Demon Slayer manga, that the illegal or the pirated ones.
We should let Jacob know. We should let Jacob know so he could text Bezos.
Oh no! You're like, Bezos, we need you. Come back.
Right. So, the world's biggest gachapon machines store to open in Ikebukuro. That's another news. So yeah, you imagine like going to like the biggest gachapon machine store. It's like it's a store just dedicated to gachapon.
Nah, but yeah, I think that should wrap it up for tonight, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys want to end it here, real quick?
Who decided that?
Oh.
Still me. Why are you hitting Richard, man? he's working at CVS. Why are you bothering him? Poor Richard.
So just before we sign off, I just wanted to share with you guys really quick. During the week while I've been watching or binging my YouTube videos, I went down a rabbit hole where the YouTube algorithm picked up on me looking at the figurines for Gundam, because I saw a video of Your Average Consumer, and he has a lot of Gundam builds that he has in his actual man cave. So I was like, that's interesting. So I started looking for Gundam figures, and that led to people having a figure collection, but not only like Gundam, more so like regular anime, not so much mecha, but more anime figurines. And I went down the rabbit hole of all these like YouTube people that have like crazy, like $1,000 worth of anime figures, which was crazy to me, where they're spending, $2, $3, $500 on certain anime figures that are like scale, 1/4 scale, 1/8 scale, 1/6 scale. And to me, that was bonkers. And I don't know, maybe something you guys might want to see, maybe not. I don't know. But definitely something I wanted to share with you guys because, it seemed interesting to me where people are spending these enormous amount of money for anime figures. But yeah, that's just that's the last part for me. So I'd like to thank everyone listening, all the listeners. All our socials will be down in the description and the show notes, and any links to anything that we have or that we shared tonight. Maybe we'll plug the Rakuten link down at the bottom too.
What's up with the clapping?
The Patreon or whatever, the Patreon, the Ko-Fi or Coffee. If you want to support us, please leave messages so we can get back to you guys.
Yes,
we appreciate everybody listening.
Marcos is still going.
Wait, but before we leave, Marcos, you want to give us the analytics real quick before we leave and say goodbye?
Okay, hold up. Hold. Please.
I'm trying.
Not hurrying up.
Okay. We have 926 plays with 11 unique listeners.
Ooh.
Nice.
8 people. Yeah, 11 continuous subscribers. And
it's like noise.
Our listener base is in the United States.
Oh wait, hold up! Don't repeat the same one. Just name any new ones.
It's like no new ones. Hey!
Oh,
Brazil.
Shout out to Philippines. Shout out to Brazil.
Name the percentages, though, Marcos. Those are the same.
Yeah, they're the same. 1%.
Okay.
Italy.
And we appreciate Italy. Shout out to Italy.
India.
Yo, what's up, India? Shout out to you guys.
And I already said Switzerland, right? And Finland.
Yeah, you said those before.
And we still
but
love
the Swedes. Thanks.
Yo, we appreciate all of y'all. Thank you.
That should be all of them, I think.
But yeah,
new ones.
Thank you guys. As always, you can listen to us on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, all your Apple
or anywhere
Podcast
you
players.
get your podcast at.
Right.
Pirate us if you need to.
And on that note, good night.
Good night.
And of course, this is Marcos. Have a good evening or good day, good time. Bye now.
Peace.
And there's a merch store. Don't forget about that.
Extra thick!
And that's it.
Hi there. Thank you for tuning in to the LTS Podcast. All the notes and more can be found in the description. By the way, we have a social media page where content is posted regularly. Feel free to reach out at us through there or via email. Both are found in the description. When you support the show, we have a merch store where you can buy an item that you like. If buying merch is not your thing and you just want to support the show directly, we also have links to those too, if you'd like. Thank you. Also, every comment is really appreciated. Credits in the description as well. Peace.